Hey, are you into severed limbs, blood and guts, chopped chunks of flesh? Are you into getting stabbed in the back or watching or seeing depictions of it? Hanging body parts from the ceiling? Are you into sliced up flesh like ham? Well, that's what this episode's about. We're gonna cover sliced flesh based GPKs. Yeah, sliced flesh. Starting with the first one, the first pair, the first brothers, the first twins, Fruity Root and Juicy Bruce. I only recently came across these from over COVID. I bought a box, might have been 300 count from eBay. So 300 for $200. Not the greatest deal, not the best deal, not the greatest deal. I think it was an average price. Actually, might have been 400 total. I'm not sure, but it was a pretty good spread across the different sets. It was a good replacement for what I had as a kid, which I gave away. I gave away about 5 years ago. And the ones I have now are in way better condition than the ones I gave away. I know I did not give away Series 1s. And of the Series 2s I had, maybe I had like a handful, but they were pretty beaten up. I still would like that box back now that I seen this other video recently of a guy sharing his original stash, and it reminded me of what I had. And there were certain cards that I know would trigger certain memories. So in a way, I threw away my memories. They're gone. I gave it to Goodwill. Goodwill has my memories. Here we go. Juicy Bruce and Fruity Rudy. I believe these are grapefruits, or are they oranges? It doesn't matter, but I think this is okay because it's more about fruit, although it does appear somewhat bloody. So this is quite tame compared to some of these other ones. And this could have been included into Food Fight. So when Food Fight came out, I thought, it might be kind of dumb. But in fact, when you look back at the past Garbage Pail Kids, there's a lot of fruit or food-based GPKs. This is one of them. Speaking of Food Fight, should we move on? Actually, I think this is a pretty tame GPK card. Not too gory. This one too, it's still food based. Oh, but actually, let's set this one next to here. So I wonder if whoever made Sour Scott, did they know that they made a Juicy Bruce? I don't know. And are they related? Do they come from the same family? I don't know, but it's good to point out the link between these two. I might have the twin to Sour Scott, but for now, we'll focus on him here. This is still also pretty tame, right there, compared to this guy. This is somewhat, it could have been worse. So let's just say this is bloody. It's about chopped flesh, and there's this hunk of flesh right here that he pulled out. And it's good that he wrapped it up, because if he didn't, that'd be ultra disgusting. So whoever made this, they're really riding a fine line here of what you would see in a horror movie. I don't know if Cube, the movie, is considered horror. Yeah, it's horror, but the first scene of it is kind of like this, where a guy gets sliced up with a wire, and then he falls apart with his flesh after standing for a bit. You'll see it. You should go see that trilogy. But this is alright. It's somewhat disgusting, but I think it reminds me of this other one I have, which would be this here. So this one's about dangling body parts, which I mentioned earlier, and this is Dang LEN and mobile, which I think there is a separate mobile from last year. This makes it look like it's a doll, but this reminds me of it was like a serial killer in Canada or something like that. I think I first heard of him from that YouTuber True Crime Loser posted a video about it. I like his storytelling. And I think it was in Canada. And I think the story was he mixed up the body parts in different. He tried to hide it in different spots. I don't remember. I don't like to focus on these things, but I am right now. It's gonna turn me into something I don't want to be. Should I publish this? It's very dark, GPK. So I think if you watch this video, you should only watch it one time. Otherwise, it might turn you the wrong way. I might actually have to destroy this video. It's promoting the wrong values. Like right here. Like chopped up body parts right here. But we can still look at it for the art, right? So, like, why did they orient the hands here that way? Put the head here. Oh, legs would have been here. And there's the torso. And who knows? It looks like he's still alive. So, I think this is more about the survival aspect, and he could still smile. So I think there's a lesson here that no matter what, you can still look at the bright side of things. Like, at least he's still alive. Maybe that's how I would be if I were chopped up and somehow still alive. If I could muster up a smile that I could still see, I'd be okay. Maybe that's what this is about. See, accepting your current situation. Much like OTTO Whack and ELLIOT Ness. You see, OTTO and ELLIOT, they took it. These guys, they took it to the next level. They took the body parts and made use of them and moved on. So here they are. They have readjusted to normal life, and so it's a story about the human condition, about not just surviving but adjusting, and that's what I find so inspirational about GPKs. Here we go. Here's another one that's maybe this is like the same being in different another form. They're kind of like Pokemon. So this is where they are Pokemon. This is where I say there's a link, and so this is the same GPK spirit in a different form, and this is chopped. Oh, Chopper Chop Chris. So this could be the rebirth of ELLIOT Ness. And he's just moving on, living an active life. But I think in this case, Chris got chopped right there. but it could be in the past life. See, Chris's past life, what was Elliot Ness, and Chris knows that he's gonna make it. Him or her, they're gonna make it because Elliot in the past he moved on. I think it could be that diced Bryce. Yeah, it could be that diced Bryce and chopped Chet could also be a part of this story, this spiritual lineage, right? Something like that, like with Pokemon. This could be like this is like an earlier or later form. I don't know what the lineage is, the chronology. I don't know. But chopped Chris versus chopped Chet. I like chopped Chet. It's more about traditional artwork, whereas chopped Chris, I like it. It's a cool name for the whole situation, but it's not very GPK like here. The artwork here is non-traditional. That's one downside, but I think it evens up with the whole idea there. That's okay. What else do we have here? More severed limbs here. Inmate Nate and last leg Luke. This reminds me of Aaron Ralston, the guy who cut off his arm while climbing, while mountain climbing. And Inmate Nate. Whoa, why are there eyes here? What's going on? Did he cut up his inmate? He already cut off his other leg to get free. And then there's some Alcatraz. What kind of stains are these here? Is it poop? Barf? Snot? I don't know. And then we have this here. This yellow liquid. Despite all that, he still has a smile on his face. So again, see, that's the hidden message in GPKs. Despite all the filth, the gore, he's still got a smile on his face. SHAWNA Saw. Same idea of a severed limb, but in this case, she's breaking free too. Like her owner has imprisoned her on his hand, and she's just breaking free. She knows what last led Luke. They understand each other. If they've ever met at a Starbucks, they get along. They've suffered the same suffering, and they've gone through the same pain. Yet also the smile. She's okay. She's gonna push on. And last but not least, of course, we have Max Axe and the original Max Axe. So what do we have here? Do we still have severed limbs? Yes, of course, because it's in the basket. And he's already cut off and chopped off this guy's arm. Is that Joe Blow? I don't know. But he's so relaxed. So in 2021, he's quite relaxed with the beer. But before, he's a little too serious here with the knife. He still has the knife, but this is like a casual execution. Or maybe he was defending himself. although he's an executioner, so I think maybe this guy, maybe he either did something wrong or maybe he was a political opponent. We'd have to ask Max's boss, because that's what executioners do. They don't. They're there to execute. They're not there to plan or think about what to do. So I would set up a Zoom session with him and pull in his manager to discuss why, and really go through, step through his thought process about why he did this. So there it goes. Let's wrap it up. And this is the session about severed limbs and chopped up, bloodied flesh. Done.